I'm from Ohio. Anyone know where that is? Small little place in America. It's a place where it's small and there's not a lot to do. So when I was growing up, I remember all my friends and everyone was like getting married and having babies like when they're around 17 because there's nothing else to do, except for me. And I have one friend who was with his lady since they were 10 years old. It's his first girl he ever kissed. And now they're married and they've been together forever. And they had a kid, they had a son when we were 17. And so this kid, by the time he was like 9 or 10 years old, he was kind of like our little brother, you know? We weren't that much older. and he, one day he asked me, he said, I have a crush on this girl in my class and she's the prettiest, coolest girl in the whole school. And I was wondering, he's like, can you tell me how to get her to like me? And I said, I don't know, man. I'm not good at that sort of stuff at all. I'm still single. And he said, I said, ask your dad, you know, he's good at it right from when he was your age. He said, no, because Dad doesn't have any experience with the women because he's always been with Mom. I said, all right, well, I'll tell you what I did when I was your age. We had this thing called Friday Night Skate, where we would head down to the local ice rink and put our hockey skates on. And twice every night on Friday night, a disco ball would drop down and they'd play this like romantic music. And you'd have to ask a girl to hold your hand and couple skate around the rink. You know, if you can picture a bunch of 9 and 10-year-olds, like, it's really sweaty palms. And they're just like so nervous. And all week, that's all you'd be thinking about is who you're gonna ask to couple skate, because there are only 2 of them a week. It was very important. And there was just such an innocence about it, you know, it's like the Beatles, I just want to hold your hand, you know, I want to hold your... There was just something about, like, you weren't thinking about anything else but just, I just want to hold this girl's hand, you know, we're so young and innocent. And so I started telling him this story, and he's looking at me like I'm a fucking dinosaur. He goes, why don't you just add her on Facebook? And I was like, oh, you're not aware of things that predate your birth, but we didn't have Facebook when I was 9 years old. And he's like, well, all right, so fair enough. So is there anything else you can tell me that's slightly more modern? And I said, well, I don't know. Besides that, I guess I used to call her house all the time, but we didn't have cell phones, so it was like you just call her house and her dad would answer, and you just keep hanging up until she answered. Anyway, I'm still pretty much like that. I still can't tell a girl I like her. But I told him, you know how like you want to, I don't have any kids, but he was sort of like my son, and I said, you know, you want to like live through them. So in my mind, in my fantasy, I wanted to be this very confident man. And so I said, no 9-year-olds, no 9-year-old, 10-year-old boys are confident. So be the unique boy in your class, and just walk right up to her and say, hey, I like you. You know, like you have nothing to lose. I wish I could do that, but I get better advice than I actually think. So he did it, and he said the next week, he walked right up to her. He said, hey, I like you. And she kissed him. Yeah, a little slut. Oh, I don't know, I'm just kidding. I just gave him really good advice, you know? Gentlemen out there, just be confident. Apparently that's how you do it, from an early age on. And so he started telling all his friends, his buddies in school my advice, and apparently they all started doing it. And it started working for all of them. And so I created like a whole slew of monsters, cocky little 10-year-old monsters, walking around like, you know, yeah, I'm the shit. And so I said, well, all right, that's cool. So you got this girlfriend now. She's the prettiest, coolest girl in class. That's amazing. I'm so excited that it worked out. And he goes, yeah, well, we totally made out, but I'm over it now. It's just too cool, you know? And I felt bad because I felt like I had given him this piece of advice that changed his world. And he lost all this innocence. It's like, you know, he just dropped right off that cliff, you know? And I just kept thinking about how, when I was that age, all I wanted to do was hold this girl's hand, and I couldn't even ask her to do that. And so, I write a lot of songs that I put in my own genre. I just say like, all right, this is my so-and-so song. And this one's the first one I'll play for tonight. It's my Loss of Innocence song. I wanted to write a song that was about that, and how when I had a crush on this girl a few years ago and I wrote her this song, I just wanted to hold her hand, you know, it's as simple and sappy and innocent as you can get. And it's called The Rock and the Tide, and it's about waiting for good things rather than just getting them right away, which all these 10-year-olds with Facebook and Twitter, and they all get right away. So this is an old school song, I guess. It's called The Rock and the Tide. See the years that they've been